Hello, YouTube. This is Make Way for the Spiritual Load. Uh, if this has somehow found you or popped up on your feed or however it works on YouTube, then welcome. Thank you for taking the time to listen, as this is well, it's not more audio, it is all audio. No real video here. But basically, I started this channel because I have been called to just start using my voice, speaking up, speaking out, just throwing some things out here to the YouTube universe and hoping that it finds whoever it is meant to find. Maybe, some things that I post on this channel will be helpful, will be some good guidance, or it'll make you think, whatever it may be. Just, at this point, I'm just going with the flow. Brand new to this, so I will be figuring out a lot of things as I go along. But welcome to my channel. Hopefully you will like the content, you'll subscribe, and become a supporter. But for this first message, or really, I don't know what this is supposed to be. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I will have certain things on my mind, and maybe this is why I've been called to start, recording or, posting, some content. But recently it just came to me, spiritual health. And I really started to wonder why, in particular when it comes to people dealing with mental health issues, why there isn't more of a collaboration between the professionals who are on the front lines, your therapists, psychiatrists, individuals like that, but also spiritualists. Why there isn't a collaboration between the two to help more people who are really going through it. It's for most of my life, whenever I would be out and about and you see, a few of the homeless individuals, and they're talking to themselves, they're yelling and screaming, very, erratic behavior. They just really seem bonkers. And for so many years, like many of us, I would just look at these people like, golly, freaking nuts. Okay, I see why you're on the street. Or, you know, just bad, terrible mental health, drugs, alcohol, like they're on something. You're out here talking, rambling, and no one else is there. You're clearly under the influence. You're just cuckoo. But now that I have gotten, on my path, I really have started to tap in spiritually. Now I'm looking I'm looking at that through, a different set of eyes, through spiritual eyes. And I really, started to think, maybe the root of their issue is not mental health. It's their spiritual health. Spiritually, they could have an attachment, like an entity. They could be dealing with an entity, their vessel, their mind, their body, their human, vessel could be possessed. Their issues, the root of some, not all, some could be dealing with is on a spiritual level. And because there is very little to no acknowledgement or wanting to acknowledge that, it's you have, I don't know if I want to call it a population, a group of people who are, they're actually battling demons. Like we used to just say that as, just throw that out there like, oh yeah, they're battling demons, but it's like this is legit. This is real. Some of these people out here really are, they're arguing, yelling, and screaming at an entity, at a dark entity. And when there is no acknowledgement on a spiritual level, or to look at things, through that lens, you really are missing a group of people that could potentially be helped, because the medication, whatever the various, and it's like, I am not a medical professional, plain and simple. So I do not know about all of the different medications, treatments, programs as far as mental health is concerned. I don't know all of that. I can't sit here and list them all. But you will find that these treatments, these medications, they're not working. And it gets to the point where some of these individuals, they just have to flat out be like sedated or really heavily, heavily medicated until they're in a zombie like state, because no one is tapping in, to there being a, I don't know what to call it. I want to say like a spiritual cause, that there's something going on a spiritual level. And that's why you're seeing this play out as mental health issues. And, it's like that's just really where I came to, with this. I don't know what it is, but that just came to my mind, a few days ago. Why is there not a collaboration between medical professionals, psychiatrists, therapists, etc., and, spiritualists, are those who really know the ins and outs of, like, demonic possessions and, and dark entities and things like that, to really come in and to try to help some of these people. It's like, what's going on? The medication is not going to work. You know, it's just not going to work. And I'm just miffed, and also, disappointed. I really think there needs to be more of an open mind when it comes to, dealing with some of these individuals with mental health issues. If you brought in a spiritualist, or like I said, someone who really knows the ins and outs of, of, people having, negative attachments, and dealing with dark entities, um, that could free a lot of people. It may not work for everybody, but If you could get to a few people, that would be amazing. But if you're dealing with closed minds, narrow mindedness, and people that are just stuck on, no, this needs medication, just throw pills at them, or just sedate the hell out of these people so that they stop rambling. They stop, talking at the air, yelling and screaming at the air, or, even having these violent outbursts. I'm not saying that this is the answer, to all of these, issues that you may see when you're out and about, with the homeless community at times, and people who end up, in mental institutions. But it's just a thought. It's something to think about. It's something to, as I like to say, marinate on. Really, it's just like with medical, doctors and people dealing with high blood pressure and certain diseases and things, how you really don't have people recommending a healthier lifestyle, natural things to help people manage their illness, to help manage the disease. It's just throw pills at it. It really is a one track mind. And I just think that this door should be opened even wider to welcoming in, or at least having conversations with individuals who know about, natural, treatment options and certain, plants and, and things that could help with disease and then with mental health, bringing in, a spiritualist, a healer, someone who can potentially um, help to kind of cut off these, these demonic parasites, these dark entities from these individuals, and maybe you'll start to see, a positive shift in their mental health. Maybe that's just me. But for right now, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to, it's like, excuse me if this sounds like rambling, but it's like, this is what I created this channel for, just to put things out there, and hopefully they make sense. Hopefully, you know, others connect to it, you know, and that's just that, it's like, I really hope it made sense. It's like I was probably rambling just trying to properly explain this, but it's like really at the end of it, getting a collaboration between medical professionals and, like I said, a spiritualist, someone on that side of it, to come in with a different perspective and a different set of skills, abilities, gifts, things of that nature. And maybe, just maybe, there could be, more options and more help for those who really need it and who are suffering with the things that our 3D eyes, our human eyes just cannot see. You need, you know, a spiritual touch, spiritual eyes, to really get to the root of what's going on and what's, attacking people. So that's just my opinion. Hopefully that made sense. If it did not, it is what it is. But thank you so much for listening. And we'll see we'll see what else comes up down the road. But thank you so much. And hopefully I'll be back with a different perspective or something. Who knows, whatever spirit comes through with. Thank you again. You guys have a good one.